I was thinking the other day, how much, Nan would have loved this season. And, sometimes, I get a little teary-eyed thinking about, how proud she would be right now and where we are. Not because we won 21 games, and that's been fun. Not because we won an NBL title, and that's been fun too. But because the people we've become along this journey. You guys are, I look around, we've got great kids. That's the most important. That's what I'm most proud of. And that's what you guys have become. And make a statement tonight, okay? Make a statement. Nobody wants to fly us. And when you step on the floor, it's going to be 32 minutes of hell with the Maysville Panthers. In the postseason, we did not rise to the level of our expectation. We fall to the level of our training. Well, I'll take our training against any team in the state of Ohio.
Insurance, Patriots, Buckeye Mutual Insurance. AVC Sports presents high school basketball. Tonight's game is brought to you by Valentine Insurance, Patriots, Buckeye Mutual Insurance, West 40 Auto Sales, Allen Hunter, State Farm, Advanced Vinyl Distributors Corporation, Journey Foster Care, Shriver's Pharmacy, Joe Bucky Tire, Locality Clothing, Levy's Flooring, Lowe's Bargain Barn, and Maxwell's Pizza.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome once again to high school basketball from the Ann Steele Center on the campus of Muskingum University. It is high school tournament action tonight on NASH Icon 107.9, 98.5, and also YRPtv. Yes, we are streaming tonight's contest between the Maysville Panthers and the Indian Valley Braves. Bill Kafury, John Valentine, high above the Muskingum court, where all the heat's at tonight.
Yeah, definitely. It took us a while to walk up these steps, that's for sure. Haven't seen you forever.
Well.
For me, it's baseball season.
For me, it's golf season. So
well, there you go.
That's going to happen. But it is district tournament action here. As both these teams have worked their way into the district semifinals tonight. A lot of the Division II district semifinals taking place, all of them tonight. On this half of the bracket, Indian Valley, Zanesville, Maysville, Carrollton, East Liverpool. Those winners will square off on Saturday. The other half, John Glenn, New Philly, and St. Clairsville and Tri-Valley. So a lot of high school basketball continuing tonight, and it is officially March Madness.
It is. Today's March 1st, right? A lot of good games still left in the two districts, and looking forward to see who comes out of both of them. This one tonight, you know, I had this one circled from the beginning when those brackets came out, because you and I did a game earlier this season with Indian Valley, and we saw what kind of defense they can play. And, of course, you had Maysville last week, and we've all seen them play this year too. Buddy, they can put the ball in the basket. So, man, you put those two together, we might be in for a doozy tonight.
I believe that the two teams do match up pretty closely, especially when you look at the sizes and the experience factor, and of course watching Maysville the other night, playing against Meadowbrook in their opening game for the sectional championship. They jumped on top of Meadowbrook, and there was no chance for the Colts to hang around even for a little bit. I think it was 20-2 at one point, and the Colts did an effective job defending Hayden Jarrett, the all-time leading scorer for Maysville, early in the ball game, but they didn't account for Alex Bob.
They have somebody else that can take care of that.
Who had 32 in the first half,
right.
and he was just the hoop must have had to look like a hula hoop for him, because everything went in.
Yeah, Alex Bob, he's a good player, so we got to give him some credit, but he had some wide open looks in that game too. From the top of the key, it was like he's playing in the backyard. So they have a great 1-2 punch, man. Everybody has been excited about this team all season long. They only lost one game, so that two combination, that two-headed monster that they have, and then with a couple bigs inside to kind of clean some things up, they are an exciting team to watch.
Yeah, they had a record-setting year, record-wise, winning the NBL, 21 regular season wins, now 22-1 coming in. Indian Valley at 17-6, and a very solid record there as well. You know, we were talking a little bit before we went on air of the two teams and what we've seen and who they've played, and pretty good resume when you look at Indian Valley's schedule and some of the teams they played. Many of them still alive in a tournament in the district.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a little bit of a down year for the NBL, so, you know, I'm not taking anything away from Maysville, for goodness sakes. They were by far the best team in the NBL. However, Sheridan wasn't typically a Sheridan team. Tri-Valley, really good, but not quite where they expected themselves to be. So they had a little bit easier path through the NBL, which is not normal. However, on the other side, Indian Valley, that conference was neck and neck really the whole season. Garaway's still in the tournament. In fact, Indian Valley, one of their key wins this year is against a Garaway team. They had another good win against Carrollton, and you know, they had another good win, Highland. So you're playing pretty decent competition all the time in the IVC, and usually the same in the NBL too. And Maysville had a big win Of course, they beat Tri-Valley. They split with they beat Tri-Valley, split with them, but they also knocked off Malvern, who's in the IVC. Gave Malvern their only loss of the season, who they're really good. I've seen them play too. So, both teams had a really good schedule this year, and both of them performed really well.
We'll have a lot more time to talk about some of the details of tonight's contest and taking a little closer look at tonight's starting lineups. We'll step out for a couple of minutes, pay some bills. A lot of people helped make this possible tonight, so if you can take care of our sponsors tonight, Valentine Insurance, West 40 Auto Sales, Allen Hunter State Farm, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Journey Home Foster Care, Locality Clothing, the Advanced Vinyl Distributors Corporation, Lowe's Bargain Barn, Labby's Flooring, Shriver's Pharmacy, Maxwell's Pizza, and Joe Bucky Tire. The many people that help make our broadcast tonight, whether on the air, on the radio, or if you happen to be viewing their stream tonight on YRPtv. We're going to step out for a couple of minutes. We'll be back. More pregame coming from Muskingum College right after this.
Whether you want carpet, hardwood, or waterproof floors,
Ladies has you covered.
Shop our tremendous selection of exclusive options from Shaw Floors.
In-store or online. Or we'll bring our mobile showroom to you.
where you can choose your perfect floor from the comfort of your own home.
Great products, great pricing guaranteed.
With enough flooring in stock to fill 20 football fields.
Just waiting for us to install in your home.
Call, click, or stop in.
Levy's Flooring, your one-stop floor shop.
Lowe's Bargain Barn Furniture has a family tradition of saving our customers money since 1984. We invite you to stop and see our new patio filled with a large display of Amish-built outdoor furniture. We sell new sofas, sectionals, recliners, mattresses, appliances, bedrooms, and so much more. And at Lowe's Bargain Barn, we want you to be affordably comfortable. Be a part of our family and save money on your furniture needs. We're not like other stores!
Unbeatable service. Are you going to trust a talking lizard to help you with your claim? Really? Don't let this happen to you. Trust the professionals at Valentine Insurance. Call 994-1776.
I was sitting in my car and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. Then on the radio I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of the guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
Shriver's Pharmacy is a proud supporter of Ohio high school basketball, wishing all area athletes, coaches, and parents a healthy and successful postseason. When you play, play with heart. Local and independent since 1979, Shriver's Pharmacy, because we care.
Journey Home Foster Care is on a mission to build families of every walk of life and to support them on their journey. By fostering a child, you are providing stability and happiness in their present and infusing their futures with hope. Visit JourneyHomeFosterCare.com to see how you can take free virtual classes. Journey Home Foster Care, it's not a job but a journey.
Some things in life are just automatic. Like me, State Farm agent Alan Hunter, offering great neighbor service plus surprisingly great rates on auto insurance. If you were to contact us right now, you'd find you could have some of those surprisingly great rates and good neighbor service right away, as in automatically. Give me or my staff, Austin, Minley, Lori, or Kelly, a call today. 740-439-5385. We think you'll be automatically happy you did.
your school with unique apparel from Locality Clothing Co. From beanies to hoodies, their wide variety of local, college, and pro sports apparel is all made in-house. Also carrying unique earrings, candles, and more. Locality Clothing Co. retail store on Maysville Pike in Zanesville and online at localityclothingco.com. Show your hometown pride with Locality, proudly supporting the Maysville Panthers.
Journey Home Foster Care is on a mission to build families of every walk of life and to support them on their journey. By fostering a child, you are providing stability and happiness in their present and infusing their futures with hope. Visit JourneyHomeFosterCare.com to see how you can take free virtual classes. Journey Home Foster Care, it's not a job but a journey.
Welcome back to the Ann Steele Center on the campus of Muskingum University, site of tonight's Division II district semifinal between the Indian Valley Braves and the Maysville Panthers. We'll just call them the Maysville Panthers.
Yes.
From now on. Bill Kafury, John Valentine here to give you the call of tonight's action. Winner will move on to a Saturday contest between the winner of Carrollton and East Liverpool, taking place tonight as well. Take a look at tonight's starting lineups for the number 1 seed. Maysville Panthers, coached by Dave Brown, 22-1 coming in. They will start with 5'11" junior Wesley Armstead, averaging 6 a game. Alex Bopp, a 6'1" junior, averaging 17 a game. That had to go up a couple of notches, had 32 in this sectional final a couple of nights ago. Cohen Fink, 6'2" junior, 1 point a game. He got 3 the other night, but he is one of those guys that plays great defense and locks down people, gets the boards a little bit. Connor Larimer, talking about boards, 6'5" senior, had 13 a couple of nights ago, just averages 8 in a regular season, but he's going to be one of those guys that bangs inside. And the all-time leading scorer for the Panthers, Hayden Jarrett, averages 22 a game, had 26 in their sectional final, and he is kind of the guy that he'll get his, but he can make everybody else better, and he does that.
Yeah, he averages 6 assists a game as well, so he's real good. He can shoot the ball from deep, but the best part of his game is getting to the rim. And when he gets to the rim, when you close down on him to double him, he just dish it off to Larimer or somebody else. So averaging 6 assists a game is pretty special when you're averaging 22.
Yeah, he was a little cold to start the game the other night. He came out, shot 2 or 3 threes early, and it wasn't falling for him. Regular season shot 49% outside the arc, but you know, he's one of those guys that's a shooter, expects the next one to go in and the next one to go in. When that didn't happen, he just started creating for his teammates, and certainly did. And Larimer and Bob were both a couple of guys that were recipients of that. So look to see how the Panthers get off quick, and who is it that gets him going, because Jarrett can get to the hoop, he can get to the line. I think I have him with 140 free throws on the season, something like that. When you have that many, you're getting there a whole bunch.
Yeah, and that's the key. As a shooter, you know, your shooter's mentality is keep throwing it up, right? You know it's going to go in. You got to be confident if you're a scorer to keep throwing it in. However, when it's not, what do you do next? You take the ball to the rim to get you a nice, easy bucket, or better yet, get fouled to get a nice, slow, comfortable rhythm at the free throw line. So he does both, and he does both really well. As you said, shooting 43% from beyond the arc on the season, and he's taken 139 free throws. Boy, you were pretty good with that 140. But yeah, and he makes 78% of those. So he is definitely the go-to guy. But as you mentioned, you know, Alex Bob can certainly put the ball in the hoop as well. As you said, had 32 in the first half the other day against Meadowbrook. So
is that your career?
It was pretty close. It certainly wasn't in one game, that's for darn sure. But, you know, he averages over 18 a game, so he is certainly no slouch. He can hit it from downtown, and he can get to the hole as well. He is shooting 37%, from beyond the arc. So he can get to the rim too, which we make 78% free throws. So they got a great 1-2 punch there, but with a good complement of guys around him. And like we said before, what's most impressive about Indian Valley is the way they play lockdown defense. They're going to face guard you. They're going to be all over you and pressure you like crazy. However, don't forget about Maysville, the way they play defense. They only give up 42 points a game and actually average 42 compared to 44 for Indian Valley on defense. So they play just as good a defense as Indian Valley does.
Indian Valley winning, I think, 9 of their last 10 games down the stretch. Some pretty tough competition, too. We've talked about some of the teams that they've been able to beat. So both these teams, when you look at their starting lineup, they got a lot of guys 6 feet, 6'1", 6'2", athletic, can defend anywhere on the floor, can go inside, can play outside, and that's just what you get with Indian Valley as well. Braden Troyer, 5'11" senior, averaging 8 a game. Leo Wenger, 5'11" senior, 4 a game. Tyson Pryor, very athletic, 6'3" junior, 13 points a game, can do it outside, can get it done inside, real good at the free throw line. Isaac Klaschner, 6-foot senior, averaging about 10 a game, great free throw shooter. And Reese Colson, double-digit score at 6'1" and a senior. And again, one of the things that if you look at the stats of Indian Valley is they all shoot free throws well, and they love to just pound it inside all night long.
Yeah, they're not the greatest three-point shooting team, but a couple guys can knock it down from there. Klassner, as you mentioned, Pryor can too, but look for Braden Troyer. He's typically the go-to guy from that three-point line. They'll still shoot the three, but they're aggressive on defense and on the boards that they can make up for it and get some second looks at it.
This should be a great game. Stay tuned if you're listening to us on NASH Icon at 107.9 or 98.5, or flip it over. Use that digital stuff and check us out on YRPtv. Got the streaming video there. We'll step out on our pregame, pay a few more bills as they
Whether
play
you
the
want
national
carpet,
anthem.
hardwood, or waterproof floors,
Levy's has you covered.
Shop our tremendous selection of exclusive options from Shaw Floors.
In-store or online. Or we'll bring our mobile showroom to you.
where you can choose your perfect floor from the comfort of your own home.
Great products, great pricing guaranteed.
With enough flooring in stock to fill 20 football fields.
Just waiting for us to install in your home.
Call, click, or stop in.
Levy's Flooring, your one-stop floor shop.
Add curb appeal and lower your home heating and cooling cost with a call to AVDC, your local siding and window professionals. Right now, AVDC is having a warm-up to spring sale. Take advantage of sale prices on low-maintenance, high-quality vinyl replacement windows and siding, free estimates, and expert consultation. Visit AVDC at AdvancedVinylDistributors.com, proudly supporting the Maysville Panthers.
Shriver's Pharmacy is a proud supporter of Ohio high school basketball, wishing all area athletes, coaches, and parents a healthy and successful postseason. When you play, play with heart. Local and independent since 1979, Shriver's Pharmacy, because we care.
For an always smooth ride, stop by Joe Bucky Tire. With next day delivery, you can choose from virtually any tire brand and size. From rotations to installations, we perform all kinds of tire services to keep you safe on the road. But we're more than just tires. We also specialize in suspension and alignments, routine oil changes and brake work. So we've got you covered. Joe Bucky Tire, for a smooth, safe ride. At the corner of State and Lee Streets in Zanesville, Ohio.
Welcome back to the Ann Steele Center on the campus of Muskingum University. The Division II district semifinal taking place here tonight, and among other places, as Maysville and Indian Valley squaring off here. Pretty good crowd on NJV.
Yeah, they're starting to roll in. They, of course, both almost equidistant, a little bit further drive for Indian Valley, but they typically travel well anyway. You know, you couldn't ask for a better night. So, what a beautiful day. Some people I heard were out golfing all day today.
Some were.
Some were not.
Maybe not very well, but they were doing it.
That's right. Some of us were cooped up indoors all day at work, but beautiful campus, beautiful facility. It's nice to have a college atmosphere this close to home.
Yeah, and it's nice for them to make it available for high school tournaments. It's a perfect place for a lot of games like this one. You know, there are a lot of high schools that are hosting tonight, but it's nice to have another facility close by that can handle a big crowd. And, you know, it's not to capacity, but it's full.
Well, it's full, but we feel it because the more people we shove in here, the hotter it gets up here in the rafters, and I can feel it for sure. So great crowd tonight.
We'll thank a few of our sponsors again tonight: Maxwell's Pizza, Shriver Pharmacy, Lavies Flooring, and Lowe's Bargain Barn, among many others that help make tonight's broadcast available to you. As rosters being introduced for both teams, and we'll take another closer look at the starting lineups here for the Maysville Panthers. Number 1 seed in the tournament coming in: Wesley Armstead, Alex Bobb, Cohen Fink, Connor Larimer, Hayden Jarrett. Everybody knows the guys there that are going to do the scoring, but you know what if you're in Valley and you got to defend them, what are you going to do?
Well, you're going to have to rebound the ball off of missed shots. They cannot afford to give Maysville second chance opportunities, especially with a bigger body like Larimer in there. Now, Reese Colson can certainly play some defense inside. He's a big body for Indian Valley, so he'll try to keep him in check. But Indian Valley has to limit the second chance opportunities for Maysville. You got to defend the three. You got to get a hand in their face, but you got to be able to play help defense because Jarrett's going to take the ball to the hole. You can't let him have easy layups. Indian Valley's going to have to take care of the ball on the offensive end too. I mean, they're going to have to limit their turnovers. They don't score a ton of points. They only average 52 points a game, so they got to score in that half court. So they're going to have their hands cut out, certainly defensively.
Yeah, look for Indian Valley to try to control the tempo of the game if they can. And again, their starting lineup tonight: 5'11" senior Braden Troyer, Leo Wenger, 5'11" senior, Tyson Pryor, 6'3" junior, Isaac Plaster, 6' senior, and 6'1" senior Reese Colson. And I guess the question too is, who's going to match up with Hayden Jarrett, who can score from anywhere and can facilitate for other folks? And then on the other side, for the Panthers, who's going to handle Tyson Pryor, who's got size enough to be inside, but also the quickness to play on the perimeter?
Yeah, I think he's going to be the key to the offensive end for Indian Valley. He's going to have to be able to make shots. He'll get defended because Maysville will be all over him like crazy anyway. They're going to play really good defense, but he's going to have to play within himself, take what the defense gives him. I think he'll have a big game for Indian Valley if they want to get a W tonight.
Pryor and Bopp in that center circle. We're ready to get underway. Hope you are too. Ball is up, tapped once, twice, and then controlled by the Braves. Troyer, man-to-man defense out on top. Bob forces him to the right, gets it over to Klasner. To the corner, looking for the post feed, nobody there. Tight man-to-man defense by the Panthers. Extending that offensive play out a little further. Klasner looking for the pick and roll, trying to feed it into Pryor, not open. They'll work it back to the right side. From the right corner, Wenger off the pick. The roll defended very well by the Panthers.
Yeah, for a district semifinal game, this might be the best defended district final game in the state tonight.
Klasner back to the top of the key, and a turnover called against the Braves. They got him for carrying it a little bit.
Yep, and that defensive pressure is what's going to be the difference.
A lot of patience. 50 seconds going off the clock, and they couldn't get a good look.
Right.
Little matchup for the Braves. Bopp penetrates, kicks to the corner. 3 ball off the mark. In and out that time by Fink. And a loose ball on the floor and a foul call. And it's going to go against Larimer, I believe, who was trying to get the possession extended. His first, team first. Still no score, 1 minute in. Full court pressure handled well by the Braves. Up ahead, Troyer feeds it off. Colson from point blank range drains it, and it's 2-0 Braves.
You're going to have to know where Colson is at all times. You kind of forget about him, but he's a big body that can actually shoot too.
Second leading scorer on this team. Down the lane, Jarrett fights his way for a 15-footer and knocks it down. He battled for that position and then drained it. 2 apiece.
Maysville with the full court pressure. They're going to keep the heat turned up all night.
Colson trying to give it up in the backcourt, stolen away. Feed inside Larimer. He'll take it off the glass and good. Off the turnover. 4-2.
And talk about big bodies. Don't forget about Larimer, because he is the biggest guy on the floor. Doesn't move quite as good as Colson, but he's certainly got a size advantage.
Klasner, 6 foot, handling the ball outside. Tapped away. Armstead got a hand in there. 4-2 with 5:59 left.
Now, I know in football we constantly make the excuse that we can't see the numbers clear up in the press box. Buddy, we're pretty close to the floor here, as close as you're going to get for a high school game. I can't see those yellow numbers on Maysville's jerseys.
Yeah, they will call the foul. Armstead bodying up on Troyer, was kind of throwing the chest bump at him way out on the floor, and Troyer lost his balance, but they'll call the foul.
Yeah, typically when somebody falls down, there's a reason.
Armstead's first, team second. Lob into the corner. Chased down by Wenger. Klasner back to Wenger in the right corner. Tried the pick and roll again. Wenger now had to pick it up. Out to Troyer. And now Klasner with 5.5 coming up on the clock. Trying to work to the left side. Maysville just in your face defensively. And Troyer will take that deep three. Cha-ching. Wow. After all that time working around, he just steps back and launches one. 5-4 Braves. Jarrett left side against Klasner. Had to count on, takes him off the dribble, backed it back to the top of the key, right side to Bob. Off the dribble, he'll go up and underneath from 15, rims it in and out, and Wenger will clear it out for the Braves as they lead at 5-4.
Great
Just
look
under
there.
5 to play. Yeah,
Great look by Bob. Good move to get him off his feet.
Colson again, the baseline move. And Reese Colson's second hoop makes it 7-4 Braves. 4:40 and counting in the opening period. Double team on Jarrett. They'll swing it left side. Back out on top. Jarrett gets it back. Deep three, top of the key. Off the mark right side. Larimer rebound, kicks it back out. Jarrett off the dribble, and he'll get bodied up by Wenger. And Jarrett just so good about creating that contact, and he did there. Wenger will pick up the foul. First on him and the team.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Brown is going to tell Larimer, you get that rebound. I want it going back up. He had position inside if he just used that drop step.
Yeah, Braves thought, or checked that. Panthers thought they'd have it under the basket. Instead, they'll take it outside court. And it will be Hayden Jarrett on the trigger. Armstead. Off the top of the key, pick over to Bob. Dribble penetration against Colson, and one. Ed Colson beat. I think Klasner trying to draw the charge, but it came too late. And so Bob with his first bucket of the night and a free throw coming up as well.
Yeah, real good move, aggressive move to get to the hole. I thought he got there in time, but maybe he was moving a little bit once Bob left his feet.
They'll call Wenger with the foul, his second. And Bob completes the three-point play. He's a 77% free throw shooter. And it's 7 apiece, and a miscue on the inbounds by the Braves, and they'll turn it right back over. Wow. You know, Maysville just keeping the heat on them, and they're not letting them make that easy entry pass.
No, they're definitely not. Until the officials blow that whistle and keep them off of them, they're going to keep doing it.
Down the lane, wide open. Cole Roberts, who just checked in, nobody picked him up. And they'll lay it up and in, and it's 9-7 Panthers.
3 quick turnovers here for Indian Valley in this first quarter already.
Sawyer up ahead. Klasner left side to Pryor. He hadn't had many looks. Battles his way inside, partially defected. Colson got the rebound, and on the way back up, he got hacked. So he'll go to the line. And that foul. Hayden Jarrett is first, team third. And Colson, a 70% free throw shooter. Puts the first one up and knocks it down.
Good position by Colson on that rebound from the shot from Pryor. He snuck in there between 2 Panthers, and they didn't get a body on him.
3:54 left in the opening period. 9-8. Make it 9-9. Braves will back off into the half-court defense. Bop up the right side. Back to Jarrett. Pryor on him. Takes him to the foul line. Stops, pops, and a foul call. Pryor at 6'3" with a little more size, but he leaned in that time and slapped at the ball, and he'll pick up his first, and it will be a shooting opportunity.
And that's one of the reasons why Hayden Jarrett is such a difference maker. He got Pryor off his feet and made him contest that shot. It was going to be basically from the free throw line anyway, and got Pryor off his feet and picked up an easy foul.
Nothing but net. Jarrett a 78% free throw shooter, so Bob and Jarrett. A couple of guys you don't want to see him go to the line.
No.
But they find ways to get there. And right now, the Panthers are perfect at the line on the early night. Lead it at 11-9. Full court pressure. Inbound, Ben Klassner, who's checked in up the right side into the half-court set. Back to Troyer, a little hesitation move down the lane. Kicks it to Colson, his 15-footer baseline, no good. Pryor stick back there. Tyson Pryor's first bucket of the night. And we're tied at 11. It's going to be that kind of game, ain't it, partner?
Yeah, sure is.
Bop to the corner. Larimer, kick out, back to Bop. Couldn't get the three off with Pryor running out at him. Back to the corner. Armstead to Roberts.
Maysville so quick with that first step. They get separation.
Jarrett all the way in, hands it off to Larimer. He had three defenders jump out at him, and Larimer wide open will lay it up and in. 13-11 Panthers.
And court awareness, that's why he's averaging 6 assists a game.
They might have got a little Euro step there,
a little bit, and a little contact too.
Nothing called. They're letting him play in this district semi. Colson, baseline move, a little contact by Larimer, no call. Trying to feed it to Klassner, bounced on the floor, knocked out of bounds, and touched last by Maysville. With 2:28 to go, 13-11. Maysville on top, and substitutions continuing. And Larimer will get a break. Cohen Fink steps back in for the Panthers. Troyer to Klassner in the backcourt, nearly lost the handle. Armstead on him, takes him all the way in, lays it up with the right hand. No good, tapped up once and then pulled back down by Jarrett. He'll hit the board, up ahead. Roberts again for three, that one long. Colson will pull it down and hand it off. And the Panthers will pick up Troyer full court. Coming up on the 2-minute mark, Troyer again nearly losing his balance, that time no contact. Feeds it into Ben Klassner. Back out to Isaac. They'll challenge him. He'll go backdoor to Brother. Missed it, but Colson cleans it up again. And Reese Colson, 8 early points. And we're tied at 13 apiece.
In the right place at the right time. That's what happens when you're aggressive on the offensive end.
Jarrett, baseline move, trying to feed it across to the corner. And a lot of body there, no call. Maybe he was pushing and the defender was too.
And that's why there was no whistle.
1:31 left to go. Baseline play right side. And Troyer will get a breather. Landon McPeak, 5'1", sophomore, comes into the district semi. Inbound to Jarrett. Back out on top. Armstead swings it over to Roberts. Now back to Jarrett. Had the three. He'll put it on the floor. Attack. Kick it to the corner. Wide open look for Armstead. That was no good. Colson again cleaning the glass. Panthers going for the steal. Here comes Klassner. And the Braves, he'll step back three. Cha-ching.
And if you're not going to guard Troyer on that three, you better know where Klassner is.
Isaac Klassner only shoots about 20% outside the arc, but he had plenty of time to eye that one up, and it's a 3-point Braves lead. Under a minute to play. Bop off the dribble. Left side to Fink. Back to Jarrett. They'll give him a little space. Now Pryor closes him out, bodies him up, and there's the hand check. His second. Pryor's pretty athletic, but he better go ahead and back off a half a step of Jarrett.
And that's Jarrett. I mean, he's going to, if you're going to come out and guard him, he is going to pressure you. and try to get to the rim or try to pick up a foul. That second foul for Pryor in the first quarter is huge.
Got 2 starters with 2 fouls now for the Braves. Wenger as well sitting down. Inside feed, and off the glass is Bopp for 2. Normally gets it done on the perimeter that time. And Bopp on the steal on the inbound. Feeds it over to Jarrett, and will they call the foul?
On Troyer.
Yes. Troyer flopped, trying to draw the charge, and I thought he did a pretty good job, actually, but they'll call him for the foul. 5th on the team, his first. And Jarrett on the inbound, down on top. Armstead back to Bob with 30 on the clock. 16-15 Indian Valley with the lead, and the Panthers are going to pull it out. Trying to hold for the last shot, and they have the arrow coming out.
Yeah, being down 1 at the end of 1 wouldn't kill you, especially because you've picked up 2 key fouls on Pryor and Wenger.
So 4 corners, they start with 10 seconds. Hand it back off to Bob, kicks it to the corner. Armstead slashes, kicks to the corner. Roberts 3, partially deflected and pulled down by McPeak, and that will end 1 period of play. As we expected, a barn burner here, 16-15, Indian Valley by 1. We'll be back after this.
The Kansas City Chiefs are Super Bowl 57 champions.
The Chiefs Kingdom will raise the Lombardi Trophy.
Head over to NFLshop.com for the largest assortment of officially licensed gear and Super Bowl championship merchandise. Just like the players wore while celebrating on the field. Special offers now available for your purchase. NFLshop.com is the destination for official NFL jerseys, apparel, hats, collectibles, and more. To shop now, go to NFLshop.com.
I am James, Senior Apparel Designer, and this is Behind the Design with Hawks. Hawks is your classic workwear brand. It's designed for those guys that are on the job site. Just driven performance, just rugged and comfortable. Thinking of durability, everything is either double, triple stitched, bar tacked. It's build durable, it's going to perform, it's going to move with you, it's going to have everything that you need in a product. Hawks, only at Boot Barn.
Steel Center, Division II. District semi, 1 quarter in, 16-15. Braves on top of the Panthers. And boy, was that a good quarter or what? Both teams had leads.
Yep.
Both teams played some defense.
Yep, a lot of defense. Both teams shooting 50% from the floor and 100% from the free throw line.
Panthers will have the first possession of the period. Bob in the backcourt against Troyer. Feeds it to the high post. Gets it back on the left wing. Off the dribble. All the way baseline. Kicks it across. Roberts 3 ball. Off the mark. And again, Ben Klassner this time clears it out. No second chances.
No, 5 rebounds for Colson already.
McPeak in the game along with Troyer. I thought that was close to a 5-second call. Armstead got real close out there now against Klassner. Braves have the ball in the lead. Back to Troyer. Roberts will step out on him. And then the ball put on the floor and loose, picked up by Armstead. Back to Jarrett. He'll attack all the way in, gets the defense in the air, off the glass, and good. Wow.
Yeah, that's impressive. 3 bodies around you and a little contact to go with it.
Regular season, they probably call a foul every time on that. When you get to the tournament, just take care of it. And double team on McPeak. He kind of lost it on the way up, and Roberts had him trapped one way, Armstead the other, as Larimer steps back in. And let's see, Roberts will step out. So a perimeter guy for an interior guy here. And Panthers need somebody to hammer the boards for them a little bit.
Yeah, both teams actually shooting the ball, as I said, 50% clip, though Maysville 0 for 5 from beyond the arc in that first period. So, and that continues so far in the second.
Yeah, they didn't take many threes because they couldn't get an open one.
Right.
As they're attending to Troyer's elbow. There may be some blood or something, and trainer wrapping him up. 6:44 left here in the opening half. 17-16. Panthers with the lead, and we're ready to go again. Troyer gets it into McPeak. In the corner, they'll step out on him. Jarrett all over him as he hands it off to Isaac Klasner.
Coach Dave Brown getting excited over there, trying to get his defense fired up. Does a great job with the kids over there at Maysville.
Back out to McPeak. Maysville's defense has just forced this offense so far away from the basket. And a timeout by one of the officials called
more
away
blood.
from it. Armstead has blood on him. I don't know if it's his blood or maybe it's Troyer's.
Yeah,
but,
I would say it's Troyer's.
The official caught that, and we'll stop play again. And of course, a couple of seconds ago, the Maysville fans weren't happy when we stopped the clock for Troyer getting
Funny how
banded,
things
but
change.
they're not complaining now.
Well, you don't want to send somebody out for something like that. You want the best players on the floor.
Hey, we all need a breather.
Oh, yeah, we'll definitely take a breather, no doubt.
We're up here in the low oxygen section of the gymnasium, and we're ready to go again. Troyer again will inbound it near the scorer's table. And into the backcourt, Isaac Klasner. Up ahead, McPeak now. Off the dribble to the right side. Little three-man. Action out on top. Troyer, McPeak, Klasner. Troyer down the lane. Had it knocked from his hand. Hand back to McPeak. Knocked away from him. Picked up inside by Colson. And once again, he'll knock it in. It's his 10th point of the night. He is single-handedly keeping the Braves around here. 18-17, Indian Valley. Jarrett again works his way through the defense to Armstead, three. Rattles it in and out. Klasner with a rebound. Three's just not going down for the Panthers. Little contact out on front, and Jarrett comes up with a loose ball. Nearly lost the handle. Finds Bop. He'll pop the three. That one no good, and knocked out of bounds by Fink. Back to the Braves.
Again, Maysville keeps bombing those threes. Still haven't made one. 0 for 3 in this quarter. 0 for 8 so far for the game.
And that is part of their game. They need that to drop. 5.5 left in the first half. 18-17, and the inbound pass thrown away as Colson came up for it, and Troyer just bounced it right past him. So another unforced mistake by the Braves. They've had a few of those.
Yeah, they've got 7 total turnovers, and again, they're getting a lot of pressure, so you expect a couple of those phantom ones because you assume there's going to be pressure.
2.5 minutes into this second period, both teams have scored 2 points. Defense stepping up here. Jarrett kicks it down low. Larimer back out. Bob wide open three. That one off the front of the rim. And Klasner will pull it down. And again, Maysville picking up double teaming in the backcourt against McPeak. They'll contest. And I think over the back of Isaac Klasner.
Yep.
And that will be his first. Team's fourth. And you know, there's 2 lines here for three-pointers, a high school line and the college line, and you wonder if some of these guys aren't getting thrown off by that a little bit.
Yep.
And they're stepping a little further out than they normally would.
That for sure, but I'm sure Coach Brown covered that this week in practice, knowing that. So you just got to know your court awareness and where you're at on the floor.
Inbound to Colson. He'll attack the basket. Larimer, good box out there, and the ball knocked out of bounds off of the Braves. Boy, Colson has just been so aggressive offensively, and that time Larimer held his ground. 18-17 still. And now Kyler Ryan steps in tonight for the first time for the Panthers. Jarrett up the right side. Feeds it back to Roberts. Back to Jarrett left wing. Fake to three. Penetrate. Double clutch. Reverse! And in. Wow.
Yeah, at some point, you're going to have to take the ball to the hole like that because the threes just aren't falling, and you couldn't do it any better than what Jarrett just did.
Jarrett, both buckets in this period for the Panthers. And he's got 8 on the night. 19-18 Panthers. McPeak off the dribble to the foul line. Feeds Colson on the baseline. Triple team and the steal. Roberts comes up with it. Ryan feeds it over now to Jarrett, who will attack again. Split defenders off the glass. And timeout Braves. Hayden Jarrett, our clinic on how to get it done. And it's 21-18. Maysville will be back. More tournament action coming up right after this.
Journey Home Foster Care is on a mission to build families of every walk of life and to support them on their journey. By fostering a child, you are providing stability and happiness in their present and infusing their futures with hope. Visit JourneyHomeFosterCare.com to see how you can take free virtual classes. Journey Home Foster Care, it's not a job but a journey.
Division II district semifinal here from Muskingum University. Boy, I don't know what we've had some good games, but
tried to warn you it was going to be a good one, buddy.
This one has gone back and forth.
Defensive, offensive. I mean, it's pressure. It is up and down the floor. This is got to be one of the best district final games in the state tonight. It has to be.
Hayden Jarrett with 10 points here, attacking the basket. Reese Colson with 10 for the Braves, as well as the Panthers continue to push the full court pressure. Inbound to Troyer. And Roberts on him. Troyer beats him off the dribble all the way to the hoop, lays it up off the front of the rim, no good. Pryor, who checked back in the timeout, got the rebound, tried to throw it away. Up ahead, bop off that, takes it coast to coast, behind the back, and good. 23-18. Biggest margin of the night for either of these teams. With 3.5 to go here in the first half.
A 5-point game and 9 turnovers already for Indian Valley.
Troyer just having trouble handling the ball out there, whether his hands are sweaty. Loose ball on the floor. Klassner goes down for it. And they'll say touched by the defender. Back over to Wenger, who's in with 2 fouls. Isaac Klassner. And the Panthers taking shots at those steals, and they've come up with a few of them. Wenger feeds it down low. Colson bodied up, shoots it over the defense and knocks it in. Reese Colson is a beast when he gets down low on the block.
So strong inside.
23-20. Braves needed a bucket there. And there's the reach around hack. Jarrett penetrating. And Isaac Klassner picks up his first, team 6 with 2:52 to go. As Larimer steps back in for the Panthers. They'll inbound it in the corner. Jarrett against Klassner. Little step back, keeps it alive, pulls up from 15, knocks it in. Boy, is he deadly from that range. Can't make a 3, but boy, get me to 10 or 15 and it's good.
Yeah.
And now a full timeout, as it is 25-20 with 2:43 to go in the half. You're listening to high school basketball on YRPtv and NASH Icon. More district semifinal action coming back after this.
We are all suffering from high inflation every day, but at Lowe's Bargain Barn Furniture, we're going to help you save. You can stretch your tax refund and get more for less. We're destroying high prices, long wait times, and all the rest. We have new sofas, mattresses, appliance, bedrooms, coffee table sets, dining tables, china cabinets, and even recliners. You will save big money, get the best, why mess with the rest? And always remember, we're not like other stores.
Now located at 16050 McConnellsville Road in Caldwell, Ohio. Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a mutual insurance company established in 1896 for the purpose of providing insurance coverage to rural Ohio. They offer a product to meet your insurance need, whether it is for a farm, rental dwelling, home in town, secondary or seasonal dwelling, churches, or mobile home. They partner with Grinnell Mutual Insurance Company to offer liability coverage to package with their patrons' Buckeye Mutual policy. Call today at 638-3604 and follow them on Facebook at Patrons Buckeye.
Back at Muskingum University, 25-20, Maysville. And again, continuing that full court wilting pressure. Maysville, man-to-man, all over the place. Troyer with Roberts on him. Gets it right side to Wenger. Trap on him as soon as he gave it up. Back to Troyer. Down the lane. Puts up the runner. Good. Troyer, first bucket of this quarter. And a stoppage momentarily. I didn't get what that was. Did you? A warning?
I did not. I was writing down the scores there.
2:23, 25, 22 with just a little more than 2 minutes left in the half. And the handoff right side now. Jarrett back to Larimer. Left side. Armstead to Bob. Had a long three, but Klasner closing him out. Will back it up and start over. Off the dribble, crosses over down the lane. Hesitation, not there. Roberts open, top of the key. Touching! Cole Roberts from long range, and it's 28-22.
The first three of the game for Maysville.
It's a good look, top of the key on the inside-out pass. As Troyer works against Roberts, up ahead to Pryor, who has not been able to get in sync here. Sets a pick, tries to get space inside. Klasner. Left side back to Troyer. He'll take the deep three. That one front rim. Back to Klasner from 15. He misses. Wenger rebound. Stick back chance. No, got it again. That one blocked. Right to him. He'll take it a fourth time. And finally, Leo Wenger will lay it in. Not to be denied. The Braves continue to hammer away at it. 28-24. 1:10 to go. Feed to Larimer. And he'll lay it up and in. And again, Jarrett with the assist. They're drawing the defense to him. Troyer breaks the defense down this time. Right side, a little hesitation. Feeds it into paint. Colson from point blank. And he'll make that one good for 14 on the night. And we're back to a 4-point deficit. Panthers on top. Jarrett down the lane. Finger roll. Making it look easy. 10 in the period. 14 on the night, and if you don't give him somebody help out there, you can't stop him by yourself.
Yeah, and Colson got a little body on that little finger roll too. Well,
there it is. Troyer saw the double team coming, and it caused him to hesitate a little bit. And another Brave turnover. I don't know how many they got tonight.
That's 10. Nice even number there. And I don't know if I missed something really early. I got 0 turnovers for Maysville. How in the world does that happen?
I don't know. You might not be far off, buddy. 20 seconds. Maysville with the ball, the lead, and the arrow. You can be sure they'll wait to take the last shot here. Leading 32-26. Jarrett with it. 9 on the clock. He'll get the pick. Flip it back to the corner. Bob for three. Short on the rim. Battle for the rebound. Larimer has it with 1 second left. They'll not get a shot out. Good defense by the Braves inside. They were not going to let Larimer get back to the hoop. We've reached the halftime break. And even though Indian Valley led at the break of 1, it is Maysville in command here, 32-26. Stay tuned. We got lots to talk about. Stats, scoring, and more on this Division II district semifinal on NASH Icon. More coming up right after this.
I was sitting in my car and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. Then on the radio I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of a guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
Whether you want carpet, hardwood, or waterproof floors,
Ladies has you covered.
Shop our tremendous selection of exclusive options from Shaw Floors.
In store or online. Or we'll bring our mobile showroom to you.
where you can choose your perfect floor from the comfort of your own home.
Great products, great pricing guaranteed.
With enough flooring in stock to fill 20 football fields.
Just waiting for us to install in your home.
Call, click, or stop in.
Lavy's Flooring, your one-stop floor shop.
Journey Home Foster Care is on a mission to build families of every walk of life and to support them on their journey. By fostering a child, you are providing stability and happiness in their present and infusing their futures with hope. Visit JourneyHomeFosterCare.com to see how you can take free virtual classes. Journey Home Foster Care, it's not a job but a journey.
Rep your school with unique apparel from Locality Clothing Co. From beanies to hoodies, their wide variety of local, college, and pro sports apparel is all made in-house. Also carrying unique earrings, candles, and more. Locality Clothing Co. retail store on Maysville Pike in Zanesville and online at localityclothingco.com. Show your hometown pride with Locality, proudly supporting the Maysville Panthers.
Add curb appeal and lower your home heating and cooling cost with a call to AVDC, your local siding and window professionals. Right now, AVDC is having a warm-up to spring sale. Take advantage of sale prices on low-maintenance, high-quality vinyl replacement windows and siding, free estimates, and expert consultation. Visit AVDC at AdvancedVinylDistributors.com, proudly supporting the Maysville Panthers.
Are you paying too much for homeowners insurance? Has your insurance company raised your deductible? Hi, this is John Valentine with Valentine Insurance. Many people can't accurately answer these questions. With many premiums escrowed into mortgages, homeowners don't pay attention to changes to their policies anymore. It's time you visit Valentine Insurance for a true, no-obligation review of your insurance policy. Call 994-1776 or stop by our office at 739 Southgate Parkway in Cambridge.
It's halftime here at the Ian Steele Center on the campus of Muskingum University in a dandy district semifinal here. Division II action. You're listening to YRPtv, NASH Icon, 107.9, 98.5. What a matchup tonight. These two teams met a couple of times last year, regular season and in the postseason. I think Indian Valley won both those, but tonight, after seizing an early lead, it has been all Maysville in that second period, outscoring the Braves 17-10 and leading by 6 here at halftime. We've seen Hayden Jarrett at his best.
Yeah, definitely his best there. He took over that second period, didn't miss a shot, took 5 of them, made all 5 of them, and all 5 of them were driving to the hole, trying to get to the hole, trying to pick up a foul, trying to get to the free throw line. And he never missed a shot, made all 5. So he was definitely the difference there with 10 points. But Maysville only made 1 3-pointer in that first half, 1 for 11. They took a lot of them in that first period, little jitters, those kind of things, and no reason to. The best way to get hot again shooting, as we said, take the ball to the rim. And that's exactly what Jarrett did in that second period.
Jarrett finishes the first half with 14 points, 10 of them in that second period. Connor Larimer 6-5 for Cole Roberts, 7 for Alex Bobb, who's struggled tonight to find room to get that three-point shot up. Cole Roberts, the only three-pointer made for the Maysville Panthers. For the Braves, 5 points for Braden Troyer, knocked down an early 3-2 for Wenger, who got into some foul trouble, watched most of that first half. 2 for Tyson Pryor, also 2 fouls and watched a lot of basketball. 3 for Isaac Klasner. He knocked down one early in that first quarter. And then Reese Colson, he's been the bread and butter guy. Man, he's hammered the boards defensively, offensively. He's been the go-to guy down low. For a 6'1" guy, he plays like he's 6'5".
Yeah, much bigger than what he is. He plays much bigger. 14 points and 5 boards. He had 4 boards in the first period alone. So he was definitely the difference maker for Indian Valley, and with pressure. I mean, every time he touches the ball, he's got 3 bodies on him, and he still finishes. So he's only missed 2 shots. So he's done real well here so far in this first half. And as we knew, the difference was going to be who could handle the pressure. And so far, it's absolutely been Maysville. Again, I may have missed a turnover, maybe 2, right at the beginning when it was a big fury of everything going. I have them with 0 turnovers. However, we've got 10 for Indian Valley, and that has been the difference on the defensive end. Again, it's only a 6-point game. However, it's only a 6-point game because Maysville did not shoot the ball real well from long range. That's the difference so far. Rebounding-wise, is Reese Colson is keeping Indian Valley in the game with those second chance points. If Maysville were to make a couple threes, this lead would have been 10-12 real quick.
You're listening to high school basketball tournament action tonight from Muskingum University. It is 32-26. And I look at the scoreboard, I see it says Muskies up there. I know the Muskies aren't playing tonight, but the John Glenn Muskies are. And they trail New Philly 28-26 at half. The other semifinal game that's taking place tonight, Carrollton and East Liverpool. Carrollton came from a 5-point early deficit. They lead at 29-23 at half. St. Clairsville down by 10 at halftime, 29-19 to Tri-Valley.
Yeah, a couple good games, as we said, in the opener. There's going to be a lot of good games in the district right this week, tonight.
We're going to take a break. Second half of action coming up here in just a couple minutes. We'll be back right after this.
Hey you. Yeah, you, the one listening to this. I'm sure you're sick of reading through job postings, and who isn't? So here's your chance to really be a part of something. Working at Maxwell's Pizza and Rooftop Patio is more than just a job. It's a vibe. We work hard and play harder, with hospitality being our #1 priority. We care deeply about our guests, team, and community. We're like the kids at school that want to be friends with everyone. We're currently looking for fun servers, bartenders for both day shift and night shift. So come join us and apply online at maxwellspizza.com.
Journey Home Foster Care is on a mission to build families of every walk of life and to support them on their journey. By fostering a child, you are providing stability and happiness in their present and infusing their futures with hope. Visit JourneyHomeFosterCare.com to see how you can take free virtual classes. Journey Home Foster Care, it's not a job but a journey.
We are all suffering from high inflation every day, but at Lowe's Bargain Barn Furniture, we're going to help you save. You can stretch your tax refund and get more for less. We're destroying high prices, long wait times, and all the rest. We have new sofas, mattresses, appliance, bedrooms, coffee table sets, dining tables, china cabinets, and even recliners. You will save big money, get the best, why mess with the rest? And always remember, we're not like other stores.
Journey Home Foster Care is on a mission to build families of every walk of life and to support them on their journey. By fostering a child, you are providing stability and happiness in their present and infusing their futures with hope. Visit JourneyHomeFosterCare.com to see how you can take free virtual classes. Journey Home Foster Care, it's not a job but a journey.
Some things in life are just automatic. Like me, State Farm agent Alan Hunter, offering great neighbor service plus surprisingly great rates on auto insurance. If you were to contact us right now, you'd find you could have some of those surprisingly great rates and good neighbor service right away, as in automatically. Give me or my staff, Austin, Minley, Lori, or Kelly, a call today. 740-439-5385. We think you'll be automatically happy you did.
Welcome back to Muskingum University's Ian Steele Center, where tonight's Division II district semis taking place. 32-26 at the halftime break. Maysville on top of Indian Valley. Other scores from Division II district semis: New Philly 28-26 over John Glenn at halftime. Tri-Valley over St. Clairsville 29-19, and Carrollton on top of East Liverpool 29-23. Winner of this game plays the winner of that Carrollton-East Liverpool matchup. Both teams had a chance to come out for a minute or so, pop it around a little bit. What adjustments do you expect to see here in the second half, especially as Indian Valley tried to find an answer for Hayden Jarrett? And what does Maysville do about Reese Colson, who's owned the glass?
Well, I think that's the key, is you've got to put a body on Reese Colson. You cannot let him get second chance opportunities. But for Indian Valley, they've got to be able to handle the ball and handle that press. They're getting caught on the corner and getting double teamed here in the corner. So I would guess that Coach Miller wants him to keep the ball in the middle of the floor as much as possible and not use that sideline as an extra defender.
Ready to get underway, and it will be Indian Valley with the first possession of the half, I believe. If the arrow's pointing that way.
That's what I got.
I thought the arrow favored.
And we never had a held ball, so it's Indian Valley got the tip and went to Maysville. Now back to them.
Starters back on the floor for both teams. Foul situation, Wenger with 2, Tyson Pryor with 2. And Klassner across the midcourt stripe, gets the high pick from Pryor, works it to the right side. Wenger looks for Colson in the paint. He'll catch it, turn, shoot it, knock it in.
Didn't take long to get him involved in it.
No help either by Maysville. One-on-one defense there, and Colson just shot it over top of the defense. 4-point lead. Maysville as Jarrett backs his way down, trying to go up underneath. No call there. Should either been a held ball or a foul because he tried to fight his way through. Bopp back out on top with it against Wenger. He'll take it down the lane. Step back from 15. Front rim, no good. And the rebound pulled down by Wenger.
Wenger had 4 rebounds already.
Outlet pass over the head of Isaac Klassner. There's another unforced error by the Braves. They've had a number of those tonight. Down 4 points. They give it back. So the Panthers back on the attack. Armstead. The Bopp, top of the key. Fights through a couple picks. Has Colson on him. Right side, Jarrett. They'll clear out for him against Klassner. Puts it on the floor. Picks it back up over to Bopp. He'll penetrate all the way in. Double clutch off the glass and in. Now Alex Bopp going to be the guy that takes it inside.
Didn't look like an easy basket, but that was really an easy basket. If he's going to have Troyer on him, he's going to get to the rim all day.
Pryor will attack. Jarrett trying to draw the foul. Pryor will go right past him and lay it up for his second hoop of the night. He sat down a long time in that first half.
Yeah, he's ready to go, that's for sure.
Right side, wide open Fink. Hands it back to Jarrett. Fakes the 3, puts it on the floor. In the paint, over top of the defense, got the roll. And Aiden Jarrett's 16th point extends the lead to 6 again.
Such a soft shot. That thing bounced 4 times on the rim before it fell through.
And there's contact down there.
Oh,
They're letting them play a little bit. There's a little contact there where you might get a foul. And Bopp with the steal in the backcourt all the way in. He missed it. He missed the runner. And pulled down by Troyer, who will race it the other way. He'll lean in and do his Jarrett impression. Can't get it to go, though, and Jarrett will pull it down and push it the other way. Top of the key, a little hesitation. Split defenders, lost it, then going back up will draw the foul. And if that's on Wenger, they point to him, that's his 3rd. Nope.
23, I think.
And that will be Isaac Klassner's 2nd. Inbound it, Jarrett. They'll swing it around, trying to work him back off a pick. Right side. Fink to Jarrett in corner. Doubled there, and they'll knock the pass out of bounds. Good idea by the Panthers. They got him stuck in the corner, and Troyer and Wenger able to collapse on him. 5:32 left here in the 3rd. 36-30 Maysville. Bopp to Armstead. Back to Bopp. Catches, penetrates. Inside, Larimer from 15, yes. Shows you his range a little bit. Step back to the foul line and knocked it down.
And if it were me, I'd try to get Larimer a little bit more involved in the offensive end, down at the block, right? Try to pick up some cheap fouls.
Trap in the backcourt. Bopp this time with his hand in the cookie jar. Picked up the foul, his 1st. Maysville's defense been so aggressive, and they don't have anybody in trouble. They can be aggressive.
Yeah, they only had 4 fouls in that first half. For as much as they're face guarding and all over them.
McPeak for Troyer, and Ben Klassner in for Wenger. 5:07 left, biggest lead of the night, 38-30 for Maysville. Isaac Klassner in the backcourt against Armstead. Works him across the timeline at the 5-minute mark. Pryor trying to set the pick. Jarrett will step out over top of that, and he'll swing it over to Ben Claster. Back to Brother Isaac. Nope. Now McPeak. 5'1" sophomore against Bopp. Left side to Pryor. Off the dribble. Jarrett on him. Gives it back to the right side in Klaschner. With the switch, he's got Fink on him. Puts it on the floor. Tie up there. And Klaschner comes up with it. Gets it over to McPeak. Takes it in. No good. Pryor rebound. Saves it inbounds to a teammate. McPeak comes up with it. His three ball. Off the rim softly. Skip back up and in by Ben Klaschner. And a foul, I believe. I didn't hear the whistle, though. Yep, count it. And that one on Fink, I believe, his second. .67% free throw shooter as Klaschner. With it 38-32. This would be a big point to cut that lead a little bit.
Yes.
4:17 left.
Great job by Klaschner to get that ball back up into the rim before the defenders came to get it.
You can tell these guys put the time in at the line. Every one of them just catches it and shoots BBs.
Yeah.
Bopp left side into the corner. Armstead. Double team over the top. Nearly threw it over the head of Jarrett. He'll pull it down. Keep it alive. Back out to Bopp. Now in Valley gambling a little bit defensively. Bopp split defenders and they'll call the foul. Bodies flying everywhere.
And that's on Pryor.
Tyson Pryor's third. And we'll see if he steps out here. Nope, McPeak will check out for Troyer. And yes, Colson in for Pryor. 3:56 left here in the third. 38-33 Maysville. Bopp on the inbound to the corner. Roberts off the dribble, penetrates over to Bopp. Step back, deep three, cha-ching. His first three of the night at 8.
And he hears it from the Maysville faithful. They're like, thank you, get him hot.
41-33. Double at half court. Over to Isaac Klaschner. He got the defense in the air, steps in for the 15-footer. That one off the mark. Pulled down in the backcourt by Jarrett, and Wenger picks up his third. And the Braves getting into some foul trouble.
Yeah, they're going to have to do something. I mean, the game's still within reach. You don't want to pick up a bunch of silly fouls, but they've got to turn up the heat somehow defensively to try to get Maysville a little uncomfortable.
They've been trying to trap the ball here when they can. Troyer takes a chance there. Bopp will beat him off the dribble, pull up, and take the 10-footer and get the roll. Alex Bopp, 7 in the period, 14 on the night. And a timeout in Valley. And the Maysville fans like what they're seeing. A 10-point lead with 3:08 left here in the third. We'll take the break as well. Back with more district semifinal action at Muskingum University right after this.
For an always smooth ride, stop by Joe Bucky Tire. With next day delivery, you can choose from virtually any tire brand and size. From rotations to installations, we perform all kinds of tire services to keep you safe on the road. But we're more than just tires. We also specialize in suspension and alignments, routine oil changes and brake work. So we've got you covered. Joe Bucky Tire, for a smooth, safe ride. At the corner of State and Lee Streets in Zanesville, Ohio.
Back at the Ansteel Center, 43-33. Maysville extending their lead, biggest of the night. Hope you're enjoying all the work by our camera guys tonight. Christian Mills down on the floor gave us the huddle cam that time. And Andrew Dunlap up here, and our director on site tonight, Jaron Aber. Doing a great job tonight. Hope you're enjoying tonight's district semifinal here. Winner of this game will play the winner of East Liverpool Carrollton. It was Carrollton at halftime. And the Panthers will continue this in-your-face full-court defense. They'll inbound to Colson. Trying to get it back to Troyer. He'll get trapped in the corner, dribbles out of trouble, lost the handle, then throws it over to Pryor, who will track it down. Back to Klassner. Under 3 to play. Braves need a hoop badly. Klassner all the way in. Penetrates. Finger roll. No. But the foul, yes. And I believe they'll call Jarrett. That will be his second. Team's third, and a 2-shot chance here for Isaac Klassner. 89% free throw shooter. Jeez. And that first one is just money. We haven't had a missed free throw in the game.
Not yet. Sorry, Isaac. Here it comes.
Isaac, I didn't mean this to happen if it happened, but you can overcome all this pressure that we're putting on you. And he does.
He does, no problem.
He caught a little bit of rim, but it was mostly net. 43-35. Klassner has 5.
And that's the first turnover.
And it was just an enforcement.
Yeah.
Maysville kind of mishandling the ball, bringing it up. Roberts had it and just.
I think he kind of forgot where he was.
Yeah. So a chance for the Braves to maybe take advantage of this opportunity, cut the deficit some more. 43-35. Isaac Klassner in the backcourt. Across the timeline, looks for the high pick, gets it. On the switch, Armstead now on him. Hands it off to Pryor. Armstead will jump the pick. Trying through a double team, and he gives it up. Bob will take it in all the way. Lost it on the way up, and Pryor blocked it out of bounds, but Bob clearly lost the handle there trying to take it in off the turnover. I thought Pryor was going to end up getting the foul. So
yeah, he's getting a little frustrated.
Pretty fortunate there as they get it in. Roberts will spot for 3. Long rebound, stick back, good.
Got to put bodies on people.
And Cohen Fink with his first bucket of the night on the stick back. Or check out Larimer. He's got 10 tonight. 2-minute mark, back to a 10-point lead. Troyer to the foul line. Back to Pryor, back at him. Isaac Klassner against Roberts. Back to Wenger. Foul line down the middle. Trying to kick it out. Knocked away. Picked up by Jarrett. Out ahead to Bob. He'll have the easy runner. Up and in. And another turnover that leads to easy points. 12-point margin. Armstead nearly comes up with another one. Wenger across the timeline has to check the defender behind him. Knocked out of his hand again. And lowered his shoulder against Jarrett. You can just see Maysville's intensity defensively picking up. They're screaming and yelling. They're double teaming the ball. Ben Klassner will handle it with poise, pick it up and lay it in. His second hoop of the night. Back to 10 points with a minute to go. Jarrett attacking. And foul. And that one on Wenger would be his 4th. Half the team was in there. You can give a foul about anybody on that one, right?
Yeah.
Wenger got stuck with it.
Yeah, Wenger wasn't the only one that made contact.
Jarrett will shoot 2. He was 2 for 2 in the first half at the line. Had 14 first half points, currently at 16. And he has 2 coming up here. Cash is in on the first one. As Colson will step back in. Armstead gets a break. Fink back in for the Panthers. 48-37. And all net on number 2. 49-37. 12-point margin with 1:02 left here in the third. And the light on the basket is stuck on, huh?
Might throw off some concentration.
Well, I'm having trouble focusing myself looking down at it. So,
boy, I wish Maysville's numbers on their jerseys were that color. I can see that red.
Yeah, they're going to let both teams kind of get a quick break with 1:02 to go as they deal with it. There, they got him off. Okay, break over.
No problem.
Maysville is continuing their withering defense tonight.
And again, only 2-3 fouls in this second half for Maysville, as aggressive as they're being. And still more turnovers for Indian Valley, 4 in this quarter alone.
Full court pressure applied again. Klassner on the inbounds finally gets it into Troyer, right back at him. And back to Troyer against Roberts. Here comes the double team over the top. Throws it all the way down. Ben Klassner. He'll attack. Finds Pryor coming all the way in. Left hand up and in for Tyson Pryor. Good attack that time by the Braves. Jarrett comes the other way. His spin move. Short. Left on the rim. Klassner pushes it up. Troyer with a run out and gets it to stay down. So a couple of quick buckets by the Braves reduces the deficit down to 8 with 27 to go. And Maysville is you would expect an experienced team. Just said, all right, we'll just hold it here as they have the arrow in their favor as well. 14, Jarrett will step out. Bop will take it, get it right back. Fakes right, goes left, 18-footer. Off the back of the rim, tapped around. Larimer stick back, count it with 2 seconds left, and that will end the period. All the work that the Braves did to cut that gap, and it's back to double digits, 51-41. Maysville on top of Indian Valley here at the Division II district semifinal at Muskingum University. We'll be back right after this.
For an always smooth ride, stop by Joe Bucky Tire. With next day delivery, you can choose from virtually any tire brand and size. From rotations to installations, we perform all kinds of tire services to keep you safe on the road. But we're more than just tires. We also specialize in suspension and alignments, routine oil changes and brake work. So we've got you covered. Joe Bucky Tire, for a smooth, safe ride. At the corner of State and Lee Streets in Zanesville, Ohio.
Now located at 16050 McConnellsville Road in Caldwell, Ohio. Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a mutual insurance company established in 1896 for the purpose of providing insurance coverage to rural Ohio. They offer a product to meet your insurance need, whether it is for a farm, rental dwelling, home in town, secondary or seasonal dwelling, churches, or mobile home. They partner with Grinnell Mutual Insurance Company to offer liability coverage to package with their patrons Buckeye Mutual policy. Call today at 638-3604 and follow them on Facebook at Patrons Buckeye.
Back at Muskingum University, where our score is 51-41. Maysville on top of Indian Valley. 8 minutes left here. If you're looking on the other side of this bracket, Carrollton leads East Liverpool 36-31 at the end of 3 there. John Glenn on top of New Philly, 48-39.
Wow.
The number 2 seed, New Philly, in trouble.
John Glenn's sneaky good. If they get hot, they can make a run.
Bop inside, got the defense in the air. Shot blocked, though. Back out on top to Jarrett. And he'll slow things down with a 10-point lead. Maysville taking his time here. It looks like Indian Valley, a little jump trap. Back to Jarrett, deep 3, catching. His first 3 of the night. Gives him 21 and a 13-point lead for Maysville. Wenger off to Ben Klassner. Back to Wenger. Colson covered up inside. Wenger tried to penetrate and traveled. And the turnover woes continuing for the Braves. (54-41). 7:08 left in this semifinal. Armstead to the backcourt. He'll walk it across. Jarrett will take it right back. Back to the backdoor cut. Armstead cut off inside. And he'll get it back out on top. Hayden Jarrett off the pick to the right side. Down the lane, hesitation. Got bumped. Threw it up anyway. No call. Count it. Wow, that was a pretty hard bump by Pryor.
Well, and it was a pretty hard check down here to try to get him free, too. Should have been a body call on the offense to begin with.
56-41. Troyer down the lane, lost the handle, tried to save it in bounds. Bob will come up with a steal and a technical foul called on Braden Troyer.
Well, Troyer's been pretty frustrated tonight, and he's let the official know several times that he wasn't real happy about the way things have been going. And the officials told him earlier and warned him, don't continue. And he did, and that's where we're at this point with the technical.
Jarrett will go to the line for the technical free throws and drop that one in. 24th point of the night for Hayden Jarrett. One of the leading scorers in the state, according to Max Prep.
Yeah, and you can see he's just an all-around good player. Can create shots, can knock down shots, and he's money from the free throw line.
You know, some guys play bigger than they are. He's 6'2", but he if it makes any sense, he kind of plays smaller sometimes too, because he moves so well.
Right, he moves really well with the ball and without the ball, but be able to find every little crease he can to be able to get to the rim.
Has it again on the right side. Back out on top, they'll swing it, Armstead. Jarrett had his man pinned inside. They couldn't get him the ball, and they'll start over. Pop. Off the dribble right side against Pryor, into a double team. He'll back it back out. Larimer back to Jarrett. 6-minute mark with a triple team. Beats them all. Fake to the corner. Puts up the double clutch. Yeah, that was the extra step. And now another technical foul.
Yep.
T on Hayden Jarrett, I believe.
I think he got somebody else.
No. 23, that'd be Klasner. That 23. Or 32, Colson. They put up a 3 and a 2.
That's what I thought,
It was
too.
Colson. So now Bopp is going to go to the line, see if he can continue the free throw streak here. He's got 16, 17. With 6:02 to go, and now becoming a runaway, 59-41. This score isn't indicative of how this game has been most of the night. Second one, perfect. 60-41.
The game started to get a little out of reach, but still 6 minutes to go in this contest.
Indian Valley came in as the 8th seed, and Maysville as the 1 seed, and they're certainly showing why they're the number 1 now. Much deserved respect. Bob in the right corner. Bob back out on top to Jarrett. High pick from Larimer. He was open. They'll kick it to the corner. Roberts for 3. No. Rebound. And over the back, the call is Ben Klasner with the rebound. I think Larimer with his second foul.
Yeah, Larimer just kind of got stuck there. He didn't really do much wrong. He just kind of got out of position. But really, mostly because it was a good box out by
Indian
Klasner.
Valley is pretty technically sound there.
Yeah.
Yep. 5.5 left in the game. 60-41. Pryor off the dribble. Stops, pops, left it short as Jarrett tried to draw the charge. No call either way. Bob with the rebound out now to Jarrett, who will slow it down in the half court. Off the pick, and the double team gives it back to Larimer. Roberts in the corner, back to the top, and they'll reset. Coming up on the 5-minute mark. Maysville content here to let clock run.
Oh, sure, up
With
19.
a 19-point lead,
No
yeah.
problem. With a team that's still really frustrated on the offensive end like Indian Valley is, they're still good. As long as you keep that pressure on them, they're still going to continue to make mistakes on the offensive end.
Klasner against Jarrett, who's just doing enough to try to keep the count off of him as he moves and penetrates. Now he'll penetrate, kick it down. Armstead back to Bob, deep 3, touching. Boy, that was perfect ball movement, and he just stepped into it and knocked it down. 4:39 left in the ball game. Biggest lead of the night, 63-41. We'll take the quick break and be back. More Division II district semifinal action.
For an always smooth ride, stop by Joe Bucky Tire. With next day delivery, you can choose from virtually any tire brand and size. From rotations to installations, we perform all kinds of tire services to keep you safe on the road. But we're more than just tires. We also specialize in suspension and alignments, routine oil changes and brake work. So we've got you covered. Joe Bucky Tire, for a smooth, safe ride. At the corner of State and Lee Streets in Zanesville, Ohio.
Now located at 16050 McConnellsville Road in Caldwell, Ohio. Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a mutual insurance company established in 1896 for the purpose of providing insurance coverage to rural Ohio. They offer a product to meet your insurance need, whether it is for a farm, rental dwelling, home in town, secondary or seasonal dwelling, churches, or mobile home. They partner with Grinnell Mutual Insurance Company to offer liability coverage to package with their patrons Buckeye Mutual policy. Call today at 638-3604 and follow them on Facebook at Patrons Buckeye.
Back at Muskingum University, 63-41, 4.5 left here. McPeak takes it across the timeline. Wenger. Back to Cluster. Isaac off the dribble, top of the key. Step back from 16. Air ball. Ben Cluster kept it alive, but Larimer will control it over to Hayden Jarrett. Next foul on Indian Valley, and Maysville will have the 1-and-1. And again, a little four-corner action by Maysville.
Yep, can't blame them.
You don't think Coach Brown ever played for Gene Ford, watching a little bit of this stuff, huh?
Well, it's certainly a change of pace. Typically, they're bombing threes.
They are. They usually press the pace a bit. Just working four corners with the man in the middle. Roberts open for three. Took it, no good. Larimer had the rebound, then lost it. And a whistle and a timeout. Maysville will keep it here with 3.5. 3:34 actually goes, 63-41. You know, we talked at halftime how this was a pretty close game. 32-26. Maysville had battled their way to that 6-point margin. We talked about what could Indian Valley do, what can Maysville do to kind of control Colson. Well, obviously whatever Maysville decided or did has worked. Colson has 2 second-half points after having 14 in the first half. Yeah. On the other hand, Indian Valley hasn't found an answer for either Hayden Jarrett or now Alex Bob.
No, and Reese Colson, that bucket that he made was the only shot that he's taken in the second half. So I think the difference was obviously still the turnover battle. Indian Valley was 6 turnovers, but they have not been getting body on Connor Larimer, and he has tore him up with 5 rebounds in this second half.
Back in action here, 3.5 and counting. Alex Bob with the ball, and Pryor will step out him. Pryor with 3 fouls. Just a junior. Gives it over to Armstead. He'll attack. Back to Roberts. He'll take it to the hoop. Got the defense in the air. Now knock it out of his hand. Wenger with the block shot. And the Braves will control. Coming up on the 3-minute mark. 63-31. As McPeak knew he had the edge and pressured Roberts, who will pick up the foul. Cole Roberts first. Team's 5th. And Fink will step back in. And Larimer back to the bench. 3:02. As McPeak on the inbounds. Finds Wenger. Off the pick, back out on top. Maysville so good fighting over the top. Getting hands there, jumping out, jumping that pick. Back to Cluster to the foul line, just inside it. His 10-footer no good. Rebound. Comes down to Armstead, hands it off to Jarrett, and they'll take their time with 2:39 across the timeline. Jarrett gives it up. Gets it back. Yeah, who else do you want to have the ball in their hands, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
Jarrett?
yeah, if you're going to foul somebody, that's
No.
the guy I'd want at the line.
Back to Armstead. Little three-man delay out on top now is Klassner.
Yeah, at this point, if Indian Valley's not going to foul, you may as well just let Jarrett stand there with the ball.
Yeah, they're not showing any signs
No.
of. The next foul would be the 1-on-1, but with 2 minutes to
It
go,
is what
down
it is.
63-41. Now they'll double. Go inside, shot blocked as Armstead tried to take the layup, but Ben Klassner there to pin it to the glass. Coming the other way, Isaac Klassner in the paint, handoff to Ben, and lost the handle, backs it out a little bit to the top of the key, and there's Roberts with the steal. He'll take it in, lay it up, good. His 7th point of the evening, 65-41. Number 1 seed, showing you why they were voted the number 1 seed.
Going to be a tough out for sure.
116 as Pryor steps back and launches a deep three. Bingo. And boy, too few points. That's the first points of this 4th period for Indian Valley with 1:09 left. A Pryor three-pointer makes it 65-44. And a timeout on the floor. No doubt here to get a lot of subs in the ball game with 1:09 to go and a 21-point lead.
Well, what we thought was going to happen at the beginning of the game, kind of our scouting report, what was going to happen, basically is exactly what happened. Other than Maysville not hitting their shots. I wanted them to take a little bit better shots in the half court, and they really didn't do that early. But Indian Valley got out rebounded. They gave way too many second chance points there to Larimer in this second half. And they turned the ball over way too much. I mean, I've got 17 already in the game.
Credit Maysville's defense.
Oh,
they have
huge.
been
Absolutely
relentless.
Yep.
Gotta have T-shirts that just say relentless on them because they have been relentless tonight all over the floor. And Colson in this second half has become a non-factor.
And into the game for Indian Valley, Xander Heil and Johnny Meacham.
A couple of guys got in there in the last minute. A couple of seniors. As the Panthers continue to try to work it over. And Hayden Jarrett over there traveled with it. And I don't know that he really traveled, or maybe Coach Brown said calling for a travel.
No. He called. That's the new signal, just to say, hey, we're getting subs in. We really don't want a timeout. Yeah.
Okay.
So he called timeout, but they really don't want to.
My signal was that's travel.
Well, yeah, you're right. He just wanted to rotate the guys in.
A lot of new jerseys in there now. So 43 seconds of mayhem going to happen here. Although Hayden Jarrett's going to stay in. And maybe he'll just stand there and hold the ball. So everybody got their name in the book out there, you know. If you really want your name in the book, you go up and foul now, right?
You got to have some kind of mark next to your name to be official.
Yeah. A couple of guys out there. Luke Wells playing a little defense now. Reach in. I don't think the officials are going to call anything right now unless it's very flagrant. Jarrett down the lane, all the way in, flips it up, lays it in. The exclamation point on a district semifinal win. 67-44. The Maysville Panthers dismantle the Indian Valley Braves, and they will advance and move on. They will play the winner of the Carrollton East Liverpool game, which is currently concluding. Last we had, Carrollton was on top 36-31. We'll check those scores, our stats, our scoring, and more. Hope you enjoyed tonight's action here on NASH Icon or YRPtv. Post-game wrap-up coming up here after this message.
Hey you. Yeah, you, the one listening to this. I'm sure you're sick of reading through job postings, and who isn't? So here's your chance to really be a part of something. Working at Maxwell's Pizza and Rooftop Patio is more than just a job. It's a vibe. We work hard and play harder, with hospitality being our #1 priority. We care deeply about our guests, team, and community. We're like the kids at school that want to be friends with everyone. We're currently looking for fun servers, bartenders for both day shift and night shift. So come join us and apply online at maxwellspizza.com.
Journey Home Foster Care is on a mission to build families of every walk of life and to support them on their journey. By fostering a child, you are providing stability and happiness in their present and infusing their futures with hope. Visit JourneyHomeFosterCare.com to see how you can take free virtual classes. Journey Home Foster Care, it's not a job but a journey.
The Kansas City Chiefs are Super Bowl 57 champions.
The Chiefs Kingdom will raise the Lombardi Trophy.
Head over to NFLShop.com for the largest assortment of officially licensed gear and Super Bowl championship merchandise. Just like the players wore while celebrating on the field. Special offers now available for your purchase. NFLShop.com is the destination for official NFL jerseys, apparel, hats, collectibles, and more. To shop now, go to NFLShop.com.
I am James, Senior Apparel Designer, and this is Behind the Design with Hawks. Hawks is your classic workwear brand. It's designed for those guys that are on the job site. Just driven performance, just rugged and comfortable. Thinking of durability, everything is either double, triple stitched, bar tacked. It's build durable, it's going to perform, it's going to move with you, it's going to have everything that you need in a product. Hawks, only at Boot Barn.
Whether you want carpet, hardwood, or waterproof floors,
Ladies has you covered.
Shop our tremendous selection of exclusive options from Shaw Floors.
In store or online. Or we'll bring our mobile showroom to you.
where you can choose your perfect floor from the comfort of your own home.
Great products, great pricing guaranteed.
With enough flooring in stock to fill 20 football fields.
Just waiting for us to install in your home.
Call, click, or stop in.
Levy's Flooring, your one-stop floor shop.
Lowe's Bargain Barn Furniture has a family tradition of saving our customers money since 1984. We invite you to stop and see our new patio filled with a large display of Amish-built outdoor furniture. We sell new sofas, sectionals, recliners, mattresses, appliances, bedrooms, and so much more. And at Lowe's Bargain Barn, we want you to be affordably comfortable. Be a part of our family and save money on your furniture needs. We're not like other stores!
Welcome back to the Ian Steele Center on Muskingum University's campus. Wrapping up the Division II district semifinal here in the Eastern District. 67-44. Maysville, the winner tonight over the Indian Valley Braves. The Panthers will see their season record increase to a school record 23-1 for Coach Dave Brown's Chargers. As you're listening to NASH Icon 107.9 here in YRPtv as we stream the video tonight, give our guys some props again. Christian Mills, our 4-camera guy tonight. Andrew Dunlap up here with the main camera, and Jaron Aber, our director tonight, all doing an outstanding job to bring you the action tonight. And it started out back and forth. First quarter ended with Indian Valley on top 16-15, but that's when Maysville would start to assert themselves. Their defense was stifling all night long. And a 17-10 margin in the second period gave them a 6-point halftime lead, 32-26. And the second half, more of the same, 19-15. Third period in favor of the Panthers, and then a 16-3 closeout in that fourth period as the Panthers win this one going away, 67-44. Scorers tonight for the Indian Valley Braves. Reese Colson had 14 at halftime, and we talked about what can the Panthers do to slow him down. Well, they put the clamps on.
They did her.
He had 2 points in the second half, 16 on the night to lead the Braves, and they had a tough time finding anybody else to fill in the gap. Tyson Pryor finished with 9. He had 3 fouls and struggled most tonight, as did Leo Wenger, had 4 fouls and finished with 2 points. Braden Troyer 7 on the night, 5 for Isaac Klasner, 5 for Ben Klasner, as the Braves able to hit 3 3-pointers as a team, and they were 5 of 5 at the free throw line for the winning Panthers tonight. What can you say about the duo of Hayden Jarrett and Alex Bobb tonight? Consistent throughout and keeping the heat on Indian Valley, both offensively and defensively. Jarrett leads all scorers tonight with 27 points, only made 1 3, perfect to the line, 6 of 6. Bob had 21. He was 4 of 4 and had 2 threes, both coming in the second half. Connor Larimer, his usual consistent inside self, 12 points tonight, had 13. And the sectional final, 7 tonight for Cole Roberts off the bench, including 1 long-range bomb, and that's it for the Panthers scoring. They got what they needed from the guys they needed it from, and they will move on and see Indian Valley's season come to a close at 17-7. Pretty good Indian Valley team, but Maysville certainly showing you why they were the number 1 seed tonight.
Yeah, no doubt about it. They played, unfortunately, didn't shoot the ball from 3-point line very well, but they play so aggressive on the defensive end and cause so many turnovers that if they have a less than average shooting night, then they can make up for it that way. Now, that being said, they only shot 22% from beyond the arc. However, they still shot 59% for the game. They shot 79% from 2 tonight. So, and that mostly was Jarrett getting to the hole. He only missed 3 shots all night, and 2 of them were threes. He was money from taking the ball to the hole. But how about Connor Larimer? As we said, he kind of cleans up things, those kind of things. Played decent defense. But he was 6 for 6 from the floor, didn't miss a shot tonight, and he pulled down 5 big rebounds. He got some second half points. 5 of those buckets that he made were on second half points. So, credit to him. Now, he's a big guy inside that if he could shoot like that, boy, he's going to really help Maysville down the stretch. Just too much defense tonight for Indian Valley to handle. That's all it was, really. Because they still shot the ball well. They still shot 52%. They only took 5 threes, which we know they're not a great shooting 3 team anyway, but they made 3 of them. The difference was that pressure, man. When you have 17 turnovers to 4, that's a huge difference.
Well, that's the difference in how many shots put up. I mean, Maysville with a lot more attempts, and the fact they got a lot of layups. They were able to penetrate and get to the hole a lot tonight. Didn't get to the line as many times as you might imagine, but, the old saying is the further you go in the tournaments, the less the officials are going to call. Just handle it.
Yeah.
And it was a physical ball game, but it was physical both ways. Both teams were able to get close to the basket and be able to finish and bang around in there a little bit.
Yeah, neither team missed a free throw. Indian Valley was 5 for 5. Maysville was 9 for 9. Yeah, that was pretty amazing. And really, for as physical as the game was, you figured those boys would be really tired to be able to knock down free throws, but they all made them.
That's why they are where they are.
And we're up here.
And we're up here. Hey, you got to be able to do those things when the game calls for it. And Maysville, again, I said it a few times, and probably can't say it enough. They're the number 1 seed for a reason, and they go out and they prove that every time they play. And they don't take anything for granted. They play hard defense. That defense led to a lot of offense tonight. We didn't keep track of those transition points off of turnovers, but that gave them some advantages early. Then they spread that out a little bit.
Yeah, they play just so aggressive on defense. They give up 42 points a game on the season. They gave up 44 tonight, so they're right on their average. And you can see why. My goodness. It's just tenacious defense. And, credit Indian Valley for keeping the game close for 3 quarters with all those turnovers. It tells you that they were shooting the ball well. They just weren't getting a ton of shots off. They only shot the ball 33 times total tonight, compared to 46 bombs for Maysville. So Maysville's going to be a tough out, man. I mean, this district final is going to be tough. As you said, a close game between Carrollton and East Liverpool.
Last we had, Carrollton was on top 36-31 at the end of the 3rd period. So we haven't gotten an update on that one. We do have updates on the other semifinal games, and they are final. John Glenn knocking off the 2 seed New Philadelphia tonight, 64-48. So that's another AVC team that we'll be continuing to follow. St. Clairsville losing to Tri-Valley, as you saw and heard here. Maysville winning tonight 67-44 over Indian Valley. So we're just kind of waiting to see who that other finalist is going to be there and the district finals. And of course, there's 2 different East sectionals. We're in the East Sectional 1 if you're looking at the bracket, or I'm sorry, the East Sectional 2, and John Glenn in that East Sectional 1. So those teams could both advance to the regional and see each other there.
Yeah, and it'll be a rematch, Tri-Valley and John Glenn. So that typically is a pretty good matchup. I covered that game earlier this year at John Glenn. A pretty physical game. Look, John Glenn can knock off some teams. They're not the most skilled team in the world, but they're aggressive. And if they get hot shooting, and you got a player like Nathan Walker that can take over a game, they can be a tough out too. Now, don't forget about Tri-Valley, though. They are pretty solid too and can score.
We have a final in come from behind fashion, East Liverpool.
And you didn't believe me.
47-43. Well, why would I believe you when I think earlier tonight you said the MVL was having a bit of a down year this year, and they've got 3 teams in the district finals.
That's right.
3 out of the 4 teams are MVL
that
teams.
Tells you how bad everybody else is,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
No, and most of that was because of Sheridan. Sheridan only winning or losing 10 games on the season is kind of unheard of. And look, for their standards, the MVL, Tri-Valley will be the first team to tell you they're not hitting their expectations now. But it doesn't matter if you do it during the regular season. As long as you make a good run in March, you'll feel a heck of a lot better about it. And John Glenn the same way. They won a lot of games, but they were kind of sporadic, right? So, but again, it just proves that the MVL is still a very solid league. And night after night, there's no nights off. I mean, heck, even Riverview, you got good teams in there. And but it battle tests you, gets you ready for this kind of atmosphere.
Absolutely.
And getting far in the tournament, and that's a lot of reasons why the MBL teams have been so successful.
Well, they beat on each other a little bit,
Absolutely.
but it makes everybody better when you get to tournament time.
There you go.
And that's where they're at now, deep into the tournament, looking to go deeper. And at least on one side, John Glenn and Tri-Valley, you're going to have at least one MVL team make it to the regional. And the way Maysville played tonight, boy,
yeah,
I'm not putting any money against them.
No, definitely not. East Liverpool's a pretty decent team. They can get up and down the floor, but with this kind of pressure that Maysville gives out every night, as long as they can knock down a couple of those shots and don't get too anxious just throwing up shots, they're going to be able to compete with anybody in this tournament, not just district-wise.
Hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast here on YRPtv and NASH Icon. We're continuing to follow the Maysville Panthers and the John Glenn Muskies throughout their tournament run. And we want to thank all of our sponsors tonight for that. Action Valentine Insurance, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Journey Home Foster Care, Joe Bucky Tire, Maxwell Pizza, Shriver's Pharmacy, West 40 Auto Sales, Allen Hunter State Farm, Locality Clothing, Advanced Vinyl Distributors, Lowe's Bargain Barn, and Labby's Flooring. Fun night of basketball as the season continues for other teams. Nobody wins them all. Somebody's got to lose, I got to say.
There's only
right?
one team that's
Only
going to
one
be
team
happy
wins
at
them
the
all.
end of the
That's
season.
Right. Final again tonight from Muskingum University. Maysville wins and advances in true number 1 seed fashion, 67-44 over Indian Valley. For all the guys here tonight, JV, I'm BK. Till next time, have a great night, everyone.
This has been a presentation of AVC Sports.